two souls, intertwined since the dawn of time, now pirouetting through the ethereal planes of existence. This isn't just any old spiritual glow-up. It's a magnificent metamorphosis, a divine duet that transforms not just you, but the very fabric of your shared reality. Ascension isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a continuous cosmic conga line, with each step bringing you closer to your higher self. But fear not, there are signposts along this celestial highway, markers that whisper, "You're leveling up." So let's dive into the swirling vortex of Twin Flame Ascension and uncover the telltale signs that your other half is riding the Ascension roller coaster. Imagine waking up one day to find your twin flame has morphed into a cosmic butterfly, shedding their old skin of habits like its last season's fashion. This isn't just a minor tweaking of routines. We're talking about a full-blown spiritual makeover that'll leave you wondering if they've been secretly replaced by an enlightened doppelganger. First off, you might notice their daily rituals taking on a decidedly mystical flavor. That morning coffee run, it's now a sunrise meditation session. Netflix binges, replaced by deep dives into ancient wisdom texts. It's like they've traded in their worldly remote control for a spiritual joystick, navigating the realms of higher consciousness with the eagerness of a kid in a cosmic candy store. But here's where it gets really wild. Their intuition goes into overdrive. Suddenly, your twin flame is reading people like they've got X-ray vision for souls. They'll know what you're thinking before you've even formed the thought, finishing your sentences like they've got a psychic teleprompter. It's not just about being perceptive. It's as if they've tapped into the universe's hidden Wi-Fi network, downloading insights faster than you can say spiritual awakening. Your twin flame might start dropping prophecies like they're hot potatoes, foreseeing events with an accuracy that'd make Nostradamus jealous. It's not fortune-telling. It's more like they're syncing up with the cosmic calendar, feeling the pulse of future possibilities thrumming through their veins. But perhaps the most mind-bending aspect of this transformation is their relationship with the 3D world. Watch as they start viewing everyday reality like it's a movie they've seen 1,000 times before. The drama, the materialism, the ego-driven pursuits, all of it loses its allure faster than you can snap your fingers. Instead, they're riding waves of 5D bliss, surfing the cosmos on a board of higher consciousness. The things that used to get them revved up, be it food, sex, or the latest gadget, now seem about as exciting as watching paint dry. Why? Because they're tapping into something far more intoxicating. The pure, unadulterated joy of being. It's like they've discovered a new form of spiritual Red Bull. But instead of giving them wings, it's giving them interdimensional jetpacks. They're high on life, drunk on the nectar of self-discovery, and there's no hangover in sight. This shift isn't just skin deep, it's soul deep. Your twin flame is essentially rewiring their entire being, aligning with a frequency that resonates with their truest self. It's beautiful, it's profound, and yes, it might be a tad disconcerting if you're not quite there yet yourself. So if you find your twin flame suddenly spouting wisdom like a mystical fountain, predicting the future with eerie accuracy, and finding more joy in meditation than in material pursuits, don't fret. Celebrate, for you're witnessing the beautiful unfolding of a soul, remembering its true nature. And who knows, you might just find yourself catching the ascension bug too. After all, in the dance of twin flames, when one rises, the other is sure to follow. Imagine waking up one day to find your twin flame has morphed into a cosmic butterfly, shedding their old skin of habits like its last season's fashion. This isn't just a minor tweaking of routines. We're talking about a full-blown spiritual makeover that'll leave you wondering if they've been secretly replaced by an enlightened doppelganger. First off, you might notice their daily rituals taking on a decidedly mystical flavor. That morning coffee run, it's now a sunrise meditation session. Netflix binges, replaced by deep dives into ancient wisdom texts. It's like they've traded in their worldly remote control for a spiritual joystick, navigating the realms of higher consciousness with the eagerness of a kid in a cosmic candy store. But here's where it gets really wild. Their intuition goes into overdrive. Suddenly, your twin flame is reading people like they've got X-ray vision for souls. They'll know what you're thinking before you've even formed the thought, finishing your sentences like they've got a psychic teleprompter. It's not just about being perceptive. It's as if they've tapped into the universe's hidden Wi-Fi network, downloading insights faster than you can say spiritual awakening. Your twin flame might start dropping prophecies like they're hot potatoes, foreseeing events with an accuracy that'd make Nostradamus jealous. It's not fortune-telling. It's more like they're syncing up with the cosmic calendar, feeling the pulse of future possibilities thrumming through their veins. But perhaps the most mind-bending aspect of this transformation is their relationship with the 3D world. Watch as they start viewing everyday reality like it's a movie they've seen 1,000 times before. The drama, the materialism, the ego-driven pursuits, all of it loses its allure faster than you can snap your fingers. Instead, they're riding waves of 5D bliss, surfing the cosmos on a board of higher consciousness. The things that used to get them revved up, be it food, sex, or the latest gadget, now seem about as exciting as watching paint dry. Why? Because they're tapping into something far more intoxicating. The pure, unadulterated joy of being. It's like they've discovered a new form of spiritual Red Bull. But instead of giving them wings, it's giving them interdimensional jetpacks. They're high on life, drunk on the nectar of self-discovery, and there's no hangover in sight. This shift isn't just skin deep, it's soul deep. Your twin flame is essentially rewiring their entire being, aligning with a frequency that resonates with their truest self. It's beautiful, it's profound, and yes, it might be a tad disconcerting if you're not quite there yet yourself. So if you find your twin flame suddenly spouting wisdom like a mystical fountain, predicting the future with eerie accuracy, and finding more joy in meditation than in material pursuits, don't fret. Celebrate, for you're witnessing the beautiful unfolding of a soul, remembering its true nature. And who knows, you might just find yourself catching the ascension bug too. After all, in the dance of twin flames, when one rises, the other is sure to follow. Imagine your twin flame, once the life of the party, suddenly transforming into a modern-day hermit with a penchant for ancient wisdom. It's as if they've discovered a secret library of the universe and can't tear themselves away from its cosmic shelves. Suddenly, your twin flame's bedside table looks like a who's who of spiritual luminaries. Rumi rubs shoulders with Ram Dass, while Alan Watts shares space with Eckhart Tolle. It's as if they're hosting a cosmic book club in their mind, with guest appearances from sages across time and space. And it's not just reading, it's devouring. They're consuming these texts with the voracity of a starving person at a spiritual buffet. You might catch them muttering profound quotes under their breath, or scribbling furiously in journals as if they're decoding the secrets of the universe. In a way, they are. This hunger for knowledge isn't just intellectual curiosity. It's a soul-deep yearning to remember who they truly are. As Plato once said, all learning is but recollection. Your twin flame is engaged in the ultimate act of remembering, peeling back layers of societal conditioning to uncover the eternal wisdom that's always been within them. But here's where it gets really interesting. This solitude isn't isolating. Paradoxically, as they dive deeper into themselves, they seem to connect more profoundly with everything around them. They might start having deep conversations with trees, or finding profound meaning in the flight patterns of birds. It's as if their inner world has become so rich that the outer world can't help but mirror its magic. You might notice them spending more time in nature, seeking out quiet spots to commune with the elements. A babbling brook becomes their guru, whispering secrets of flow and persistence. A majestic oak tree turns into a teacher, demonstrating the power of rootedness and reaching for the sky simultaneously. This solitude sensation also brings about a fascinating shift in their energy. They might seem quieter, yet somehow more vibrant. It's like they're conserving their life force, no longer dispersing it in 1,000 directions, but focusing it like a laser beam on their inner growth. They're no longer interested in small talk. Every conversation becomes an opportunity for deep, soul-stirring exchange. But don't mistake this inward focus for selfishness. On the contrary, as they connect more deeply with their own essence, their capacity for compassion expands exponentially. They're not withdrawing from the world. They're preparing to serve it more fully. It's like they're charging their spiritual batteries so they can shine their light more brightly for others. This phase might be challenging for you, especially if you're used to a more outwardly focused twin flame. You might feel a bit left out, wondering where you fit in this new, introspective landscape. But here's the beautiful truth. As they go deeper into themselves, they're also going deeper into the connection they share with you. The solitude is not about separation. It's about creating a more authentic foundation for union. So, if you find your twin flame suddenly more interested in meditation than Netflix, treating books like they're portals to other dimensions, and finding profound wisdom in moments of silence, celebrate. You're witnessing the beautiful unfolding of a soul coming home to itself. And in that homecoming, they're creating space for a deeper, more authentic connection with you and with all of life. Imagine your twin flame suddenly transforming into a spiritual superhero with enlightenment as their superpower of choice. It's as if they've stumbled upon the cosmic remote control and changed the channel from everyday reality show to 24/7 Enlightenment network. This isn't just a passing phase or a new hobby. It's a complete realignment of their entire being. You might notice them rearranging their entire schedule to accommodate their newfound spiritual fervor. That promotion at work? It pales in comparison to promoting their consciousness to a higher plane. The latest fashion trends? They're more interested in adorning their soul with timeless wisdom. It's as if they've glimpsed a higher purpose, and now everything else looks like a distraction. This shift isn't about escaping reality. On the contrary, it's about engaging with reality on a much deeper level. Your twin flame starts seeing the sacred in the everyday. A trip to the grocery store becomes a lesson in abundance and gratitude. Traffic jams turn into opportunities for practicing patience and mindfulness. It's like they've put on spiritual X-ray goggles and can see the divine lessons hiding in plain sight. Nature becomes their new guru, and boy, are they an eager student. You might find them hugging trees with the enthusiasm of a long-lost relative at a family reunion. They start talking about the wisdom of rivers, the resilience of mountains, and the interconnectedness of ecosystems with the passion of a scientist who's just discovered a new galaxy. Animals become their confidants and teachers. Don't be surprised if you catch them in deep, one-sided conversations with squirrels or nodding sagely at the advice of a passing butterfly. It's not that they've gone cuckoo, they've just tuned into a frequency where every living being has a message to share. This spiritual glow-up also brings a radical shift in how they approach challenges. Problems that would have sent them into a tailspin before now become exciting opportunities for growth. It's like they've reframed their entire life as a spiritual obstacle course, with each challenge offering a chance to level up their consciousness. You might notice a change in their language, too. Suddenly, words like manifestation, vibration, and alignment pepper their conversations. They start seeing synchronicities everywhere, excitedly pointing out number patterns and meaningful coincidences like a kid spotting shapes in clouds. But don't mistake this spiritual focus for impracticality. On the contrary, your twin flame might become more effective in their everyday life as they apply spiritual principles to mundane tasks. They approach work with a sense of service, relationships with unconditional love, and challenges with unshakable faith. It's as if they've found the user manual for life and are eager to apply every lesson. So, if you find your twin flame suddenly treating life like one big spiritual classroom, finding profound wisdom in the chirp of a cricket and prioritizing inner growth above all else, rejoice. You're witnessing the beautiful unfolding of a soul awakening to its true purpose. Imagine your twin flame suddenly donning a pair of cosmic spectacles that transform their entire worldview. It's as if they've upgraded their perception from standard definition to ultra-high definition spiritual vision. This isn't just a slight shift in perspective. It's a complete revolution in how they see and interact with the world around them. This new vision isn't about becoming blind to differences. Rather, it's about seeing beyond them to the underlying unity that connects all things. Your twin flame might start talking about how they can see the same divine spark in the eyes of a CEO and a street sweeper, in the laughter of a child, and the wisdom of an elder. This shift in perception brings about a radical change in how they relate to the world. Judgment begins to fall away, replaced by a deep understanding that everyone is doing their best given their level of consciousness. Your twin flames start seeing challenging people not as adversaries, but as teachers offering valuable lessons in patience, compassion, or boundary setting. The concept of separation starts to feel like an illusion to them. They begin to experience themselves not as an isolated individual, but as a unique expression of the universal consciousness that permeates all things. As the great spiritual teacher Thich Nhat Hanh said, "We are here to awaken from our illusion of separateness." Your twin flame is living this awakening in real time. This unity vision also extends to their relationship with nature. They start to feel a deep, almost visceral connection to the natural world. A walk in the forest becomes a family reunion, with trees feeling like long-lost relatives. They might start talking about how they can feel the earth's heartbeat, or how they're in constant communication with the elements. This shift in perception also brings about a profound change in how they view time and space. The past, present, and future start to feel less linear and more like different rooms in the same cosmic house. They might start talking about how they can feel the echoes of past lives or the whispers of future potentials. It's as if they're viewing reality from a higher dimensional perspective, seeing the intricate tapestry of cause and effect that weaves through all of existence. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of this unity vision is how it transforms their capacity for love. Love is no longer just a feeling or an emotion. It becomes the very lens through which they perceive reality. They start radiating a kind of unconditional love that doesn't discriminate or set conditions. So, as you and your twin flame ascend into these higher realms of consciousness, you'll find yourselves bathed in a light that feels like home. It's a homecoming to your true selves, a reunion with the divine spark that's always been within you. Remember, this journey isn't about reaching a destination. It's about becoming who you've always been beneath the layers of earthly illusion. As you rise together, hand in hand, heart in heart, you'll discover that nothing else in the universe fits quite like this cosmic dance of twin flame ascension. So spread your wings, beloved ones. The universe is your playground, and the ascension process is your cosmic swing set. Enjoy the ride, for it's the most thrilling adventure your souls will ever embark upon. And in the end, you'll realize that you've always been home, in each other, in yourselves, and in the loving embrace of the universe.